I had a bit of a costume change. Houston Navy Week is underway, a program that's been around since 2016, designed to bring the U.S. Navy to the heart of our community.
Yeah, here with more on the events in store and a surprising role the Navy plays in our country's safety. 3 members of the U.S. Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit, Chris Monnone, Eric Sowash, and Alex Orton. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Here. Thank you very much. From Taylor High School back in the day.
Local.
Okay, so let's chat about Navy Week, because this is a great way for the community to get out, meet y'all, and learn more about what you do essentially every day.
Right. So Navy Week essentially is because most places like San Diego and Virginia have a large Navy footprint. Houston doesn't have much of a footprint, so we're here to let people know that the Navy can come all over the United States.
It's great, and I know we're going to get to some of this gear here, but we got to talk about you visiting back home. Taylor High School, what was it like? I know just recently you went back to high school, right?
Right, so graduated 2004, local from Katy, Texas. It was probably the most humbling experience I've ever had, to go back to my old high school and walk the halls again.
It's so great, and it's so cool, and thank you all for your service, and it's so great to have you home. Okay, so Eric, let's talk about some of the devices here, because this is all very specific to your team and what you do for the Navy.
Yeah, for sure. So being an EOD tech, we use a lot of different tools for our job. So a couple things we brought. This is a bomb suit helmet. So bomb suit, full protective gear to protect us from an explosive blast, and this is specifically the helmet. We also use a lot of different robots, some small, some big, again, just to give us distance and create more safety for us when we're diffusing an item.
And this is incredible. Out of all of the members of the Navy, hundreds of thousands, you all have some very specialized training in order to be able to do something like this. So can you talk to us about sort of what we're seeing? I mean, you all have to jump out of aircraft. You have to be trained in diving, and then on top of that, disarming an explosive?
Correct. Well, that definitely wasn't the job description I gave my family whenever I joined the Navy. I definitely was like, hey, Mom, I promise, not doing any of that stuff. I kind of let her see a video like this, and then I was like, oh, actually, that's kind of the job. So it was more of a reception from her after she saw something like this.
It is really fantastic. I mean, talk about the hours of training, and I mean, besides on the ground, there's also, I mean, you're divers as well, right?
Correct. Yeah, correct. So we dive a lot. In our job, we also do land and underwater ordnance. So tying into that, this Saturday, actually, you're going to be able to come out and see us from 10 to 4 at the Houston Aquarium. You'll see myself, UD2 Orton, and Senior Chief Monnone. You'll see us in the tank, so come out and check us out.
So really just kind of like simulating what you normally do for your job.
Exactly.
And what kind of training hours? Because I can imagine before you learn how to do something, you go through extensive training, but there's also like maintenance training that you're constantly undergoing to stay in top shape.
Right, so definitely fitness is a huge part of our background, which is another reason why we're here for Navy Week. So we all have athletic backgrounds, which kind of ties us into the local high schools we've been talking to say how does team building and leadership, not only in the locker room, but applies to our job as well. So again, with the extensive training, another thing is, you know, a lot of people train to get it right. We train so we never get it wrong.
There you go. I love the use of the words there. Alex, talk to us about your training and what you do specifically for your job. Obviously, you don't want to release any secrets, but what you kind of focus on.
So I help maintain our communications equipment, make sure everything's working in order. Communication is a huge part of our job, so we know where everyone where everyone in our team is at one time. And we can pass important information off to higher ups.
Wow.
So yeah, I maintain that, and it's a pretty big part of our job.
Well, it sounds like kind of like tech support, right? So what if something's not working? I mean, that's got to be kind of stressful.
Yeah, the line of communication needs to be open.
Yeah, correct. I mean, we have ways to kind of counteract that. So yeah, we just train for that as well.
Right, and that's where the shame finger from the boss like me comes in. You know what I mean?
I love it. Okay, we do have the U.S. Navy ceremonial guard with us. We've been showing you video outside in our garden area, and this group here, we're going to be able to see them this weekend at the World Series as well, right?
Correct. They'll be at the Astros game, so they're based out of D.C., so they do anything from presidential inaugurations to also other foreign diplomats coming to the country. They do everything. And honestly, once you see the video, if you haven't already, of them twirling the rifles, us jumping out of airplanes, I'd be more nervous doing what they're doing on TV right now.
Well, that U.S. Navy Ceremonial Guard, they are just razor sharp. They are so good at what they do. And so, as Chris just mentioned, this is the same unit from Washington, D.C. So if you've been to Arlington, you may have seen these guys before. Let's talk about Navy Week and some of the events happening, because I know Post Houston is one of the hosts, but also the aquarium. So right downtown, this is so convenient because they're next to one another. But tomorrow, if people show up at Post, what will they find starting at 6:30 p.m.?
So Post tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. We have also different, rates that are here job specific in the Navy. So all through the week, we'll all be attending the aquarium. But Saturday specifically, we will be here with a tent. We'll have like little things set up for kids to drive the robots, put the bomb suit on your way to the Astros game that weekend.
It is great, and there's several different areas too. So performing at high school games, farmers markets, also Wings Over Houston Air Show, which is happening this weekend as well. I got to tell you, we ordered perfect weather for y'all because we know that you have to operate under perfect conditions, right? And then also, let's talk about Navy Day. I know we mentioned this a few times already, but at the Downtown Aquarium, this is going on from 10 to 4. All kinds of ways to interact with you as well.
Correct. All kind of ways. We'll have this set up again, along with in the aquarium. We'll play tic-tac-toe, hold up a sign, be able to take pictures with all of us there. So please come on down.
And put on the bomb helmet. That thing weighs how much? 10 pounds?
About 25 pounds.
Oh, 25 pounds. No biggie.
No problem
Sounds
at all.
comfortable. Thank you guys for protecting us. It's super cool what you do. And we'll see you this weekend.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
for your service. Head over to our website, HoustonLife.tv, for a look at all the events happening in our area this week for Navy Week.